So coming onto your back, relaxing. And again, the best way to relax is just to allow. So, this idea of trying to relax, the trying itself prevents relaxation, right? We can get stressed out about needing to relax. So the way you actually relax is just by whatever's going on, pleasant, unpleasant, desirable, undesirable. You just let it be. Just give it permission. So if your mind is racing, again, a lot of us think that a racing mind is going to prevent relaxation. It only prevents relaxation if you try and stop it from racing. But if you just allow it to race, then there's no problem, right? You just relax with a racing mind. Same with your body. You might feel certain tension or contractions in parts of your body. Your heart might be racing. So again, you might think, well, I can't relax with that. But you can. You just allow it. You just allow whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're feeling. So again, this is the space we want to start our class from, just that relaxed, open, spacious, allowing. Now, obviously, if you ever think something is dangerous, you do what you need to do. But what I'm addressing is just the things that are not dangerous, they're just uncomfortable, they're undesirable, we don't like them. So what I've learned over a lifetime of studying this stuff is usually getting upset about those things is worse than the thing itself. Stressing out about something is worse than the thing itself. So if you can change something, by all means, do so, right? If you feel a contraction in your stomach or your throat and you can get rid of it, then get rid of it, by all means. If your mind is racing and you can stop it racing, by all means, stop it. But what we'll find is a lot of times these things are out of our conscious immediate control. We may be able to affect them long term, but in the short term, we actually just create suffering by wishing them different, for lack of a better way of putting it. So let's just really start with that really loving, accepting whatever our mind, our body, and our heart, wherever they are right now, we're just really going to allow that into our experience, not try and argue against it, get upset that it's the way it is. It is the way it is. And there's nothing we're going to be able to do about it. And like I said, if you can, do it. If you can get rid of it, get rid of it. But what we'll find is suffering comes from mentally or psychologically resisting something that's inevitable, that's already the case, that's already happened. So we're just allowing what's already the case. We're giving permission to something that doesn't need our permission. It's already happened. But something shifts for us when we do that, and that's why we want to practice that. Something shifts for us. Our suffering goes down, our pain goes down. And again, guys, this is not my opinion. They have done studies and they have shown that resisting pain creates more pain. The pain gets worse, not better. So this is also true of suffering. So whatever our case is, we're just allowing it. Now, hopefully there isn't a lot of pain or discomfort there for you today. And so you can just tune into your body, the sensations that are there, subtle, the sensation of breathing, giving yourself time to notice the mind and the heart, your mood, you might say. And again, hopefully for all of you, it's just a light Monday morning, nothing too dramatic going on. From there, we'll begin deepening our breaths. So we're going to inhale, fill the belly, the ribs, and then the chest. And as we exhale, we reverse that. That's called Dirga, 3-part yogic breathing. Once you've established the Dirga, begin the Ujjayi, which is the ocean sounding breath at the back of the throat. You're creating a hissing sound, an ocean sound, like you're fogging a mirror. Once you've established those two techniques, make sure the breath is even both on the inhale and the exhale. So we don't want the inhale or the exhale much longer. They both are equal in quality and length and depth. From there, we bring the right leg in, so we continue the breathing, but we begin to move the body. Now, as is often the case for me, I was quite active over the weekend, so I'm feeling that in my leg as I move it. So some soreness, both on the inside and the outside of the leg. That's to be expected. So again, some stiffness or soreness or pain is not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's a sign that you're using your body. Good. From there, we want to open up the hamstrings a bit. So let's just begin by holding the back of the leg. We're going to straighten and bend that leg a few times. And our intention is just to stretch back here. Those are the hamstrings. You'll notice I'm not bending the leg all the way. It's not necessary. Just loosen and then straighten those muscles. After a few repetitions, you can grab hold of the big toe or the foot, or you can walk your hand up the leg. The idea is just to get a more sustained and perhaps slightly deeper stretch. Not too much. We are still warming up here, but just gently waking up those hamstrings, breathing into them. And then let's just release the leg and exhale it all the way down to meet the other. Take a moment and feel both thighs. Again, this is something I do often. My hope is that you get better and better at feeling the differences, what might be for some a very subtle change or subtle difference. I think with practice, it's not so subtle. I can obviously feel the difference between both legs, and hopefully you can too. Okay, so side 2, we're going to bring this left leg in. Remember, you're still doing the deep breathing. I am not, because I am teaching. So you hear me say this from time to time, but teaching yoga is not doing yoga. Okay? I don't usually do the relaxation at the end. I'm talking throughout. So this is my job. This is not my spiritual or exercise. This is not what I do. I do other things off camera, okay? So do what I do, not do what I say, not what I do, okay? So using the arms to move that leg around, wake it up, and then we begin to straighten and bend the leg here. Again, we're just trying to warm and wake up those muscles even more. A little bit of dynamic movement. And then once you feel that you've done that, you know, there's only so many you can do before you start to feel like you're just repeating a movement and there's not much change. Now, I didn't mention in the first slide, but this leg can be straight or bent. Okay, you can also lift it a little if you want, but we just want that sustained stretch here. Now, most of you have heard me say in the past, I want you to breathe into that. So use the breath, slow it down, focus on the sensation, and see if on the exhale, you can feel tension, tightness, leaving, even if it's just a little bit. And on the inhale, you feel the energy of that breath sort of moving through that area. It might even feel like you're breathing through the muscle. We all know that's not what's happening, right? We know air doesn't come through the muscle, but it can feel almost like that, okay? So just notice what you're feeling there. Good. Now let's release on the exhale. I'm just going to slowly lower that leg down. Let's take a breath. Hopefully both sides feel much more balanced now. Okay, we'll bring both legs in, give them a squeeze, and we'll start a little more dynamic movement with a little bit of core, which we often do. So core, again, very important for back health, okay? So with the hands under our hips, we're just creating a little platform, and we extend the legs straight up, and there shouldn't be any pain in your back. If there is, you just bend your knees until that pain goes away, and you will do this with your knees bent, okay? Otherwise, let's take a nice deep breath in and exhale, lower the legs toward the ground. The legs are staying straight as long as there's no pain. Inhale, bend them, lift them up, and then exhale. These are called water wheels. And if you should want to work harder, then you will inhale and lift the legs straight up. Now, one thing I want you to notice here is how slowly I'm moving. So I'm mimicking slow breathing with my movement. Again, I'm talking, so I'm not doing the yogic breathing, but you should be. And so your yogic breathing should be very slow. And what people tend to do with this looks like this. They lower the legs really slow, and then they pop them up, right? Well, you're not inhaling that way, I hope. So instead of doing that, just nice and slow, both lifting and lowering, try and eliminate the gaps between one movement and the next. So again, lots of people pop the legs up and then inhale and they slowly lower, and then they pop the legs up and they inhale, okay? So see if you can avoid that. Nice and slow. Also nice and slow, lifting, and then you don't wait here. You begin lowering and exhaling immediately. Okay, take a deep breath, exhale 1/3 of the way down and hold. Why? Because holding brings different benefits for different muscle tissue than moving does. So if you want real strength, you need to hit both. Then with the next exhale, we lower 1/3 of the way, again holding and breathing. And we exhale 1/3, or hovering just above the mat this time. Good. Now inhale, pop them up, and exhale up to seated. Okay, so for that last one, it's fine to pop it up. Okay, let's come into tabletop. We begin addressing the spine. So forward and back, I'm happy to report. Again, I've been trying to share with you guys my own personal things going on in my body, so I'm happy to report not much in my back today. Again, part of that is probably the amount of movement I did over the weekend. So lots of walking, hiking, moving, stretching, and as a result, my body feels really, really good for the most part. So a few forward and back, and then some side to side as well. Again, I recommend bringing the knees together for that. It's usually much better, much easier. So just, again, noticing what you feel. So I'm feeling more this way today, side to side. So I'll do a few more than I did the forward and back, because these stretches feel really impactful right now, these movements. Now with these, I don't think it's too important that you coordinate the breath and movement super, detailed. I wouldn't worry about that. These are more just sort of free movements. From there, we'll tuck the toes, lift the hips, and we're just stretching out our toes. Again, you don't need to coordinate breath and movement. Just give everything a good stretch. Again, everyone, I like taking my time warming up. I find that it's safer, it's more effective, I enjoy it more. Cooling down's easy. Our body will just cool down naturally. We don't have to cool it down. But warming up, our body will not do on its own. It doesn't necessarily automatically warm up for vigorous stretching or exercise. So it's important that we do that. Let's come into our full expression of down dog. So the feet are hip distance, fingers spread wide, palms flat, and the chest draws toward the toes. With the exhale, we'll walk our feet to our hands, coming into a gentle stretch for the back side of the body. That is the ragdoll. We call it a ragdoll. So again, happy to report, not much in my back. Hamstrings feel good. Again, if you've had a tear in your hamstring, you might feel it here. We are going to be working the hamstrings today, so that is something worth noting. If you're feeling it now or earlier when we were stretching, right? You may need to be very gentle on your hamstrings. With the arms relaxed, let's inhale and we'll roll up to stand. And we'll do a slightly more vigorous warm up, the sun salutations. One of the main things that happens during sun salutations is your core body temperature rises up. So you might begin to break a sweat, and that's kind of exactly what we want. We ideally want, just like you're just beginning to break a slight sweat, maybe you have some droplets of sweat forming on your body. That's exactly what we would want with this style of yoga where we're in a non-heated room. I'm probably going to be dripping sweat because I don't have the AC on and I've got these bright hot lights, but hopefully for you, you just get a little bit of a mist, if you will. Okay, feet touching. Let's inhale, arms up. We touch palms and lift the heart. This is our standing back bend. And exhale, forward fold. Bring the palms flat, bend the knees as necessary. Inhale to the fingertips or take hands to shins, lengthening the spine. Exhale, plant hands and step your right foot and then left foot back to a plank. Place the palms directly below the shoulders and align ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, drop the knees, bend the arms, and feel the elbows hugging the ribs. Take a breath, exhale, lower the rest of the way down, and as you inhale, lift your head, neck, chest, and hands. Okay, so just using the back muscles, and then place the palms back down without pushing yourself up. So the hands are just there for a little bit of support. They're not actually used for the back bend for this first cobra. Exhale, lower down, press back to tabletop, and then to downward facing dog. Okay, let's do another one. We inhale to the toes, exhale, front edge of the mat. Let's inhale up to standing back bend. And as you repeat postures, you can go further. So grabbing the right wrist, we exhale to our first half moon, lengthening from the hip through the wrist. Good. Inhale back to center, switch wrists, and exhale to the other side. So I feel a little bit in my back there. And it's been that way for a little while, but it's not as bad as it's been. Let's inhale back to center, and as we exhale, we release into forward fold. Inhale to the half lift, and exhale, step the left foot back, and then the right to a plank. Okay, so knees up or down is ultimately your choice, and that should be based on things like your core and upper body strength and the form. You want good form because that's going to keep you safe and make this effective. Let's take a deep breath. We exhale halfway down and then inhale, straighten arms and legs for up dog. The knees are off the ground. Hopefully you can see that. Otherwise, you're repeating that cobra. And then as we exhale, we pull both feet in and lift the hips up and back. You can also use tabletop for that transition, should you need it. I want you to remember, everyone, that when you modify something out of necessity, that is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of intelligence, okay? So I think sometimes we let our pride get the better of us and we think, oh, I shouldn't drop my knees, you know, that's weak or something like that. That's not how it is. If you truly need to do that, then by all means, it's a good idea. Okay, everyone, let's do one more. So inhale to the toes, exhale, front edge of the mat. Inhale up to standing back bend. Exhale to half moon. Inhale, center. Exhale to half moon. Inhale, center, and exhale to chair pose. So again, this is sort of our first real strengthening posture. A lot of standing postures are strengthening postures, or at least combined strength and stretch. But this is kind of a pure strength pose, right? If you're, you know, you might get a little stretch in your arms, but that's not the intention here. It's not going to be a very effective arm stretch. There's nothing stretching here that's really a good stretch. So the main benefit of this posture is going to be the strength in those legs. Okay, inhale, let's come on up. So standing back bend, exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. And this time, if you can, exhale, both feet back, bottom of your push-up. And then inhale, up dog or cobra. And then again, push-ups are so good for you. So if you can, do a push-up on your way back to down dog and do one every time. I'm not going to mention it every time, but it's a great idea if you have the energy and the strength. And then if partway through class you get tired, you can stop. You can even put your knees down, all right? But great idea to do as many of those as you can. All right, everyone. So I know I'm warmed up. Hopefully you are. Let's bring our feet to touch. We'll inhale, right leg up and back. That is three-legged dog pose. Okay, foot flex, toes, knee, and hip point down. Hopefully you can see that my leg is straight. It's lifted in line with my torso, but I'm not lifting my hip. That would look like that. Okay, and I see that all the time when I teach class. So try and avoid that. Let's exhale. The foot between the hands. We'll drop that back heel and we'll inhale up into a warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Okay, so front foot and knee straight ahead, left hip forward, right hip back, but the left foot is planted on the ground at an angle. Let's energize through those fingertips. So we're straightening out those arms, again, bringing them up and back just like the chair pose. So very similar to crescent lunge, which we do more often, but it's not the same. The differences might be subtle, but they are pretty impactful. So hopefully you can feel that. Much the same intention though. So again, a stretch in the front of the left hip and that front thigh is working there. Good, take a deep breath, exhale, bottom of your push-up, make your way to down dog. Okay, so side two, feet touch. We inhale left leg, three-legged dog pose. Again, everyone, this is much more about awareness, right? If I'm lifting my hip, do I know I'm lifting my hip? If I'm pointing my toes, if I'm bending my knee, do I know? So that's awareness. I can't fix something if I don't know I'm not doing it correctly. And then sometimes you know you're doing it incorrectly and you can't fix it. So that's alignment, that's control, and that usually comes after awareness. Let's take a deep breath, exhale, lunge, drop that back heel, and inhale to a warrior one. So awareness is there in every posture, right? I see people doing this posture, it looks like this. What's wrong here? My front knee, right? It's not over my heel. They're doing it like that, okay? It's not going to have the same benefit. Same with the arms. If I bend my arms, I put my arms down here. Of course, most people will know they're doing that. But I think people with the knee, they just don't even know they're doing it. So just try and look, try and get that knee right over the heel. Maybe you have a camera on, maybe you have a mirror you can look at. Or if you go to live classes, again, the teacher can tell you or show you, adjust you if necessary. Good, deep breath in, exhale, bottom of the push-up. We make our way back to down dog. All right, so good work, everybody. Let's inhale to our toes. We exhale front edge of the mat. And inhale up to standing. And let's exhale, hands to our hips. We're going to take a look at a pose called Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. All right, this is a series of balance postures. So we start with the feet touching, or at least parallel with one another, inside edges of the feet. We'll bend that shift weight to our left leg. We bend the right knee. Okay, and then we start just like this, holding the shin. And this might be as far as you go. This is what I recommend if you're having trouble balancing today. Okay, and two recommendations if you're having trouble balancing. One is keep your eyes on one point. And the other is, instead of thinking about balancing or the posture, focus on your breath. A smooth, steady, slow, even breath. Just focus on that and just let the pose be what it is. Okay, if you feel like you can take it a step further, you hold behind the knee and then you can begin working on straightening the leg. It might look something like that, right? Not all the way straight, but part of the way straight. Okay, again, if you're someone who has that injury, what we sometimes affectionately call a yoga butt, hurt hamstring there, then maybe today, if you're sensitive, that's as far as you go. If you want to do the full Monty, so to speak, then you grab the big toe or the outside edge of the foot, and with your exhale, you extend the leg out straight. Now, hopefully you can see I'm trying to keep my spine nice and straight, so I'm not bending down, rounding down like that, okay? So it's like I'm trying to pull my straight leg up toward my straight spine, and that's as far as I can go. That's it. That's my limit. All right, so that's where I'm going to stay. I'm going to take a few breaths. And to release, I keep the leg straight. I inhale the arm up and exhale, release that side. Okay, I'm just going to turn and we'll do the other side. It's the same thing. I shift weight to the right foot, bend the left knee. And then again, if you're having trouble balancing today, this is what I recommend. So we're just simplifying it. We're focused on balance here. We're not worried about flexibility. If you're ready to start teasing the flexibility here, okay, you can play around with how straight you can get the leg, keeping the spine straight. Okay, so again, nice straight back here. And then again, if you're ready for it, you take the leg out straight. And again, you see me trying to straighten my back out. This side is less open, so this is a little more of a challenge for me. Good. Let's exhale. We release that side. And then standing at the front of our mat, inhale, arms up, touch palms, lift the heart, standing back bend, exhale, forward fold. Let's inhale to the half lift, and then again, exhale right to the bottom of your push-up. Make your way back to down dog. Okay, so we're continuing on here. I'm going to bring our feet to touch. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, lunge, and then drop down to lizard. So you're on your elbows. The back knee can be up or down. That doesn't really matter much to me. Okay, the main thing is that you feel the stretch in your right leg and hip. So you're dropping the torso down. You're lunging into that, and you should find a stretch. I certainly feel it. So hopefully you can find that. Just so again, dropping down as much as you need to find that. I actually feel it in both legs right now. So again, what do we do when we find a stretch? We breathe into that. What does that mean? It means focusing your attention on the sensation, slowing and deepening your breath, and feeling how the breath interacts with the sensation in the body, how the body begins to release and relax tension with the breath, and how the breath revitalizes the tissues. Okay, let's return our hands to the ground. And then we inhale the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, lunge. And then inhale to a warrior one. We're going to repeat that. So exhale, hands down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Good. Exhale, lunge. And inhale, warrior one. Okay, good. Repeat again. Exhale the hands down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale and lunge. And then inhale to warrior one. Good. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, straighten the front knee. We're going to do a pyramid, which we did last week, but we're coming in from a different position. So let's step it in enough so the hips are squared, the legs are straight, the heels are down. Okay. And then we inhale, arms up, right thumb over left, palms together. And then again, we want to keep as much length as we can. So we're coming down, lengthening, 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 and then we round at the end, and we can round bringing our forehead to the knee. And again, we're stretching those hamstrings again, right? So that's why we want those legs straight if possible. Hands can be on 2 blocks. Good. Inhale, bend the knee, look forward, and exhale, bottom of your push-up. That felt really good for me. I hope it did for you. It was a nice, powerful hamstring stretch. Okay, side 2, feet touch. We inhale, left leg. Exhale, lunge. Both hands inside the foot, and we drop down. So this is actually some of the same group potentially that we're stretching here, what are called the extensors. I'm also definitely feeling it in my abductors, which we will stretch in a moment when we do some more balance. So again, I choose these postures intentionally. They sort of complement one another. So this should be a good way to open up areas of the body that we need to be open to do the posture while balancing, which for me is more challenging. Here we're on the ground, right? So it's easier to stretch when I'm balancing on the ground with my arms and leg on the ground than it is just standing on one leg. Okay, hands to the ground. We inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior. Feel those legs. Good. Exhale the hands down. Inhale the leg up and back. We're just going to repeat it because, again, repetition brings certain benefits to our tissues that holding still doesn't. And holding still brings certain benefits that repetition doesn't, right? So it's not a one or the other. Which do I choose? We want both. Exhale, hands to hips. We inhale, straighten that front knee. And then let's, again, square it off. All right, so legs are straight, hips are square to the front edge of the mat. Inhale, arms up, left thumb over right. And then again, nice and long for as long as we can. So you see my back, straight, it's straight, it's straight. And then here it begins to round, and that's okay. I just kept it straight as long as I could. And then again, I bring my forehead towards my knee. Good. Inhale, bend the knee, look forward, exhale. Bottom of the push-up. Make your way to down dog. All right. So you're still hanging in there. Great work. If you're not, that's okay. You take breaks if you need it. Let's inhale to the toes. We exhale front edge of the mat. Inhale to standing back bend. We exhale hands to the heart. Okay. So let's do another balance. This time we'll work those adductors, so we'll get into the inside of the thigh here. So same thing, we shift weight to the left foot, bend the right knee. I'm going to mirror you here, just FYI. Okay, and same idea. I can do the posture like this if flexibility is not available to me today, if that hamstring adductor flexibility isn't there. Okay, there isn't a really great between for this one. You can maybe hold the leg and straighten it. I don't know, I think that's a little awkward. So you might want to just choose one or the other, bent knee, straight knee. If you're going for the straight leg, start with this variation, right, that we learned last time, straighten at that leg, and then with the next exhale, swing the leg out to the side. You'll see I'm extending my left arm for you anyway, out away from the leg for a little counterbalance, and I'm looking out at those fingertips. So that's the full expression of this posture. Good, let's inhale, come on back to center, and exhale, let it go. All right, so side two, same idea, take your time. And then again, once you have the first variation, take a deep breath and then exhale to the second. Good, let's inhale back to center and exhale, let it go. Beautiful. From the front edge of our mat, we inhale, standing back bend, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift and exhale, bottom of the push-up. Make your way to down dog. Okay, so feet touch. We inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. And as we often do in these classes, let's see if we can put that leg on like a backpack over our shoulder. We look forward and then lift the right leg as much as we can. And so you'll see my leg is not straight, but I do have the heel a few inches off the ground. All right, from there, I inhale, lift that leg up and back to three-legged dog. Exhale, lunge. And then I inhale to a warrior one, right? Then from there, exhale. Well, let me see now. What was the flow? Warrior one, inhale, yep, come on up. And then see, exhale, we'll bend those arms. Then inhale, we'll straighten the front leg and exhale to a pyramid, okay? Good, then we inhale back up. Let's exhale, bend the arms, bend the knee. Inhale the arms up, and we'll just exhale those hands down. Inhale the leg up and back. Let's repeat. So exhale, lunge. Inhale to warrior one. Exhale, bend the arms. Inhale, straighten the knee and straighten the arms. And exhale to pyramid. Good. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, bend the knee and bend the arms. Inhale, just the arms up. And exhale down. Good. One last time. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, bend the arms. Inhale, straighten the arms and the leg. And then this time, we're going to transition to a warrior 3. So as gracefully as you can, you're lifting that back leg up, parallel with the ground, reaching fingertips and crown of the head away from your left heel. Good. Exhale, bottom of the push-up. I think you've all heard me say in the past, balance is one of the most valuable things you get out of the practice here. Okay? So lots of balance in today's class, so lots of benefit. Okay. Feet touch. We inhale left leg and exhale as we lunge. We take that left leg over the shoulder. Looking up, we try and lift the left heel as much as we can. So again, you see my leg is not straight, but I do have about maybe an inch or two off the ground there. Good. Inhale, lift that leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale to your warrior. Exhale, just bend the arms. Then inhale, straighten that leg. And exhale, Parsvottanasana. Not an easy transition. Inhale back up, and then exhale, bend the arms to the leg. Inhale, just the arms up. Exhale, hands to the ground, and inhale the leg up and back. Good, we're gonna repeat. So exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, hands down, inhale, leg up, and last time, exhale, lunge, inhale, up, exhale, bend the arms, inhale, straighten the arms and the leg, and exhale, warrior 3, okay? So again, just transitioning as gracefully as you can. Good, deep breath in and exhale, bottom of your push-up. Make your way to the down dog. All right, great work, everybody. We're really getting far into this. So let's inhale to our toes. We exhale again to the front edge of our mat. We inhale up to standing back bend, and we'll exhale hands to our hips. Let's do one last version of the extended big toe pose, Utthita Hasta. Okay, so same idea, feet touching. Shift weight to that left foot, bend that right knee. And again, same idea here. If I am lacking flexibility today for whatever reason, I grab the shin with my left hand, so opposite arm this time. I extend my right arm behind me and I look back. Okay, so it looks something like that. All right, so I'm adding a twist literally. If I have the flexibility, then instead of grabbing the shin, I grab the foot or the toe, up to you. And then with the exhale, I extend the arm and the leg away from one another. And I come into this twisting variation of the posture. Good. Exhale, let's release that side. And we'll try the other side. Okay. So bending the knee, we grab the foot. We extend the leg. So again, these are quite intense. They're quite intense for me. Okay, so don't think that because I have my legs straight that it's not intense. It is. There's a lot of sensation here for me. Good, let's inhale back and exhale, let it go. So that's the last of that family that we're doing today. So inhale, arms up, so standing back bend, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, bottom of your push-up, making your way to the down dog. Okay, so we're going to finish up here. Let's bring our feet to touch. So this is one that you may not be able to do, but what I want you to try and do is just get as close as you can. So we've been building up step by step. So the lowest level would be the lizard. Okay, the second level would be putting the leg over the shoulder and trying to lift it, whether it lifts or not. And then the final version is this. We inhale the leg up and back. We bring the leg there, and then we lift the back leg. So hopefully you can see I'm just balancing on my hands there, and that's called Ekapada Kondianasana. Okay, it's an arm balance. Let's inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge. And then we inhale up into our warrior one. Exhale, bend the arms. We inhale, straighten the arms and leg. We exhale, and we take a pyramid. Then from there, let's inhale to a warrior three. And then we exhale, pyramid. Inhale, back up, and exhale, warrior one. Good. Inhale the arms up, and exhale the hands down. Okay, let's try that again. So inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, just bend the arms, so goalpost arms. Good. Inhale, straighten the arms and the leg. And exhale, pyramid. Good. Inhale, lift, warrior one. And then exhale, pyramid. Good. Inhale, back up. And exhale, bend the arms and the leg. Inhale the arms up and exhale down. Good. Last one. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, just bend the arms. Inhale, straighten the arms and the leg. Exhale, pyramid. And then inhale, warrior three, right? And then exhale, hands to the ground. Point your toes now and point them toward the ceiling, the left toes. Walk your hands toward your right foot as close as you can get. And if you're able to, you just grab the ankle with both hands if you're able to. And this is called the standing splits. You can see mine looks nothing like a split, but that's just my level of flexibility today, okay? That's the best that I can do. I certainly feel the stretch, so it has nothing to do with what it looks like. I'm feeling the effects of the split. All right, exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. Let's take a breath. That was pretty challenging, at least for me. All right, bringing feet to touch, we inhale the left leg up and back. All right, good. And then let's try the arm balance. So we exhale, bring that leg forward. Whoops, don't have quite enough room here. And we try and just balance on our hands for a breath or two. Good. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. And then inhale to the warrior one. Exhale, just bend the arms. Inhale, straighten the arms and the legs. And it's not a perfect pyramid, but that's okay. All right, you just come down. And then a good inhale, lift up, warrior three. Exhale to the pyramid. Inhale back up. Exhale, bend the arms and leg, warrior. Inhale the arms up
Exhale the hands down. Good, repeat. Inhale, leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, bend the arms. Inhale, straighten the arms and the leg. Exhale, pyramid. Good. Inhale, warrior three. And exhale, pyramid. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, bend the front knee and the arms. Inhale, just the arms up. And then exhale the hands down. One last time. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, bend the arms. Inhale, straighten arms and leg. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, warrior three, right? And then exhale, standing splits. So again, toes point up. Walk the hands toward the foot. And maybe you just use one hand. But maybe you can get both hands. So again, very challenging. I feel the challenge of this posture. And that's what I look for in practice. I'm not looking to do always what's easy, but to find postures that even if I can do them, they're still quite challenging, intense. Okay, exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. We have one last posture and then we'll unwind, okay? So let's walk our feet toward our hands. So this is another arm balance, and we've been preparing for this pretty much all class. From here, we come down and bring our legs over our arms. I place the palms behind my feet. Looking up, I try and lift one leg at a time, like we did earlier, right? And then if I can do that, I want to see if I can lift both legs at the same time, bringing them out as straight as possible. And that's called the Firefly Titi Basana. Okay? So give that the old college try. If you can't do it, it requires balance, it requires strength, and it also requires flexibility. So if any of those are missing, then we're going to have a hard time doing the posture. So just do the best you can. And as you practice, if you continue practicing in a balanced way, it's likely whatever element is missing will get filled in if you practice consistently enough. Okay, so nice work, everybody. Let's cool down a bit. Let's come on to our backs here. Rest, like I said, we don't really need to do anything to cool down. It will just happen naturally, but we'll do a few postures here. So let's bring our legs in and we'll give them a little squeeze, make some circles here. Good, and then from there, let's do a twist. I love doing twists at the end of a practice. So we just extend our arms, we drop our knees to the left, and let's make this twist really yin, so really passive. The breath now is just natural, really letting gravity do the work for us. Okay, inhale knees through center, and we'll exhale them off to the other side. Same thing here, just nice and relaxed. Good. Let's inhale, knees back to center. We'll grab the soles of our feet, do a little stretch here. Okay, so rolling around on our back. This is the happy baby. You can do the knees bent the whole time, so don't feel like you need to do anything here. This pose is like just for you. This is like your time to use this however you want to. So I do like straightening out the legs a little bit. So we've done a lot of stretches into this area. So not much there, but I also use this for my back right there. That feels good. So the legs and the back are very intimately related. You've probably already begun to figure that out. So again, when we manipulate our legs and our hips, we're very often manipulating our back as well. Okay, so stretch things out, and then as usual, grab your phone. Don't check your messages, but just set a timer for 6 minutes. All right? And then unwind onto your back. Palms up, eyes closed, head centered. And then the thing here is, again, just that sort of allowing that I talked about at the beginning of class. So this is like, you might say, an even deeper allowing. So for the next, until the timer goes off, see if you can just allow your body. Imagine that your body had no energy to move. It was paralyzed or asleep. So you just let it lay there. And, you know, you might have thoughts, your mind might start to race, whatever. Just notice that, allow that. You might feel anxious, like, ooh, I have a bunch of stuff that I need to do. So again, just allow that, notice that. So until that timer goes off, see if you can just allow the body, the heart, so again, your emotions, and your mind, your thoughts, just allow them to dance, to do whatever they want to do. Well, your body obviously will be still, but everything else, just allow it to kind of do what it wants to do. Oftentimes when the body is still, we can notice the heart and mind more. So it can be very, very powerful. Okay?